Is welcome back to Movie Time. I'm your host Jeff, and today we're going to be just talking about Loki, episode 5 that just dropped. Well, earlier today, but not recently. You know what I'm saying? So, just quick thoughts. Quick thoughts. I was spoilers, spoilers. Okay, if you haven't watched it, go see it. Okay, and then come back, like, comment, and stuff to the channel. And so, spoilers. I'm gonna start at the very end. I was hoping to see who was behind this whole grand scheme of the TVA and what their purpose was for. Well, obviously, we're gonna find out in the last episode what's their intent, what's their purpose of creating the genesis of the TVA and how they did such a thing. Since time moves very differently, I'm thinking they're in the quantum realm. I'm just thinking it doesn't make any sense that no one can die there unless they're pruned in a sense. Then they go to this void at the end of time. There's this last planet before they breach the void, and you got this big dark guard dog in a sense that just eats the life out of whoever it's able to get. So that's kind of, I'm like, okay, that's cool. And so, but anyway, so the whole premise of the episode 5 was we're seeing Loki meet other variant of himself. We got the old man Loki, the kid Loki, the alligator Loki, and we got the boastful Loki. I don't know too much about them, right? We're getting to unknown territory for me when it comes to the Marvel comics and the lore on certain things, right? But you know, the kid Loki, the kid who played in the Umbrella Academy, that kid should have been playing the Loki kid, because he has that kind of, he just has that vibe, you know what I'm saying, that I wish that he could bring to the table of what a Loki is, you know. And I've grown to really appreciate Loki as a character, a lot more depth than what I'm seeing. It helps see who Loki is by meeting other different variations of Loki, and it's kind of nice to see Loki meet other variations of himself to really see what he is like, you know, and really an outside perspective from himself, which is the best opportunity to grow, in my opinion, right? And so then they take them back to his place, and then we span down and we see in this place there's a whole bunch of little just stuff. You see the yellow jacket, huge head. I'm like, how is that thing so huge? Only way that's possible is by, you know, the Ant-Man technology, you know, the Pym particle. So I think we're dealing with some variation of the TVA existing in the quantum realm. That's just my guess. I don't know how it all works, how someone can see and manage the whole timeline, because you have to be such a deity to be outside of it to be able to see how it's supposed to go and know it's supposed to go and all that stuff. See, that stuff's too complicated for me, but I do enjoy the conversation nonetheless. And so then they try to come up with a plan, but before they try to come up with a plan to really attack the dog and get back to Sylvia and then get through the dog to see who's behind it, we get to hear backstories of the different variation Lokis that we have already met. The kid is short and sweet. He killed Loki, right? And it was very, okay, that was very chilling when we did see that. I was like, whoa, dude, that's dark, bro. Like, he's a kid too. And growing up Loki, our Loki was like, holy crap, I couldn't do it, but this kid did? Okay. And then boastful Loki, you know, there's not much to him. But the old man Loki, that's my guy. That's my guy, okay? He has such depth, such breadth, such substance to his character. It was a delight to watch him perform as a Loki should. And you hear his backstory. You know, he came to the end point of his Loki career to where he put himself in exile, and he was wondering why everywhere he went, death followed him and everything. So it was a really great backstory. And then we go back to Sylvia, and then she's confronting the second-hand lady to the timekeepers. I forget her name. They try to get the files on the Genesis, of the TVA in the void and she tries to get the lady to help, but comes out she's not gonna help. She lied about, well, the little minute hand girl lied about having a spacecraft that's able to go through the void. I was thinking, oh, the Ant-Man technology ship thing, that could probably go through it, but they don't have it. So I'm like, okay, so that was just a ruse to buy more time. More of the agents come in. She has to hop over to the desk, and then eventually she prunes herself, and then the girl says, second command, she goes, oh, she's dead. And then we cut back to her, and she's up in the world where our Loki is at, and she meets Mobius. I'm like, yes, Mobius, he's alive, obviously. And so I thought that was pretty cool seeing him back driving a little car there with a little pizza truck. So I'm just like, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. But a brief moment. She's being chased. Okay? She's being chased by this dog thing. And she, using her enchantress powers, she caught a glimpse of the memory of this dog by touching one of the branches. Right? And so her plan is, with Mobius, turn back around, go face that demon, and then find out who's in charge and then kill them. Little does she know, Loki's on the same path after meeting other variant Lokis, which is like pre-2012 Loki, before he storms the Avenger Towers, because he's all about being the king of a world no matter where he is. And you see our Loki from Endgame Loki, who is on the 2012 timeline after he attacked New York. He's like, that's who I am. He's like, oh, okay, that's yeah. He's like, I'm out of here. He's like, nah, I can't stay here no more. And so then he leaves with the old man Loki and the kid Loki, and then we get into the juicy spot, the very juicy spot. Okay, my guys, listen up, movie time fans. Okay, let me tell you, if you haven't seen it, well, you're about to be spoiled. The greatest showsman in the business. This Loki is my favorite Loki. I never really appreciated the character of Loki, but this right here, my guy, he's it, dude. Okay, so Loki and Sylvia, they have the little cute moment, and then they go face the dog of the underworld, and they trying to distract the dog, and Loki goes that way. Sylvia's trying to do her enchantress thing, but it's not really working with the distraction. And then Loki tries to run back because the dog's coming at Sylvia. All of a sudden, you see this big, bright green light out of nowhere, right? It's huge, okay? This old man Loki, is conjuring up a full-size scale replica of Asgard, Asgard. And it's detailed, it's beautiful, it's majestic, it's glorious, as a showsman should, of a god of mischief. I was blown away. I was like, yo, that's the potential of a Loki? I was like, yo, how come our Loki is always using knives? Right? And so to backtrack, the old man says, knives, I think the way it translated for me was through his backstory. He goes, you never really know how powerful you are. These daggers, they get in the way of your magic, and he comes in and just, boom, builds up this huge thing. And of course, the dog goes after it. And then he goes out in a glorious purpose. And the dog wins. He takes the old man away. And you see his helmet left. I was like, wow, man, what a way to go out. He goes out like a Loki, still trying to conjure up something. And he just says, glorious purpose. Staying true to a Loki, no matter what, to the end. And I appreciate that. And of course, our Loki and Sylvia are able to enchant the dog. And then they open up something to where we see this castle. I was like, yes, we get to see who it is. And it ends. I thought this episode was pretty good. The music is really good. I also just found out the person who did the music for Joker, I forget the woman's name. She's brilliant. She's really, really brilliant. If you haven't seen the movie Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, go check it out. She did the score before seeing any of the film for Joker, and she's crafted such a beautiful, beautiful score for Joker, and she does the music here too. So I'm like, yo, she's up there to me with that Swedish guy who did for Black Panther. And I think he worked with Creed too. I'm not too for sure. Don't quote me on that. Leave a comment down below and correct me. And then Zinnerman, Hans Zimmerman. Like she's up there for me. She's really she came out of nowhere. But I'm like, yo, her quality, she really captures it all. And so, yeah, the Old Man Loki is the MVP of episode 5. Go check it out right now. Now streaming on Disney Plus. All right, Movie Time fans. And always like, comment, and subscribe for more. And you know, this is the new look. I might be getting a mic so you can hear me better for quality. So stay tuned. And also, hey, I got an Instagram account and an email. So send me your questions, thoughts about movies so we can discuss them. And let's get to it. Okay? Let's get to it. See you guys.